From the very onset, let us understand that I am not here to motivate you. I shall begin to elucidate what I mean by that. Frankly, you have all the motivation you need. Motivation is a word which is often misunderstood and even more frequently than that, misused. Let me explain that. Motivation is nothing more, nothing less than what is your motive for taking the action that you're taking. It is like a motive force, like some of you conversant with science would say electromotive force, EMF. So what is your motive for action? What inspires you? What drives you? What is the reason that you get up in the morning, make yourself get into this box called your automobile and reach another box called your office and a mini box called your cubicle? What is it that makes you do the things that you do, get exhausted at the end of the day, and come home with a smile on your face to a loving family and maybe a pet? Why are you doing that? Why is your life the way it is? That's a question we shall delve into in greater detail later on, but there is a reason that you're doing all this. Whether or not you have understood it or not, the reason you're doing that is because you just want to be happy, right? That's a must for you. It is an imperative. At least you got to be happy, man. It's a given, you know. You were born giggling for no rhyme or reason as a kid. Then you start getting lost into, I'll be happy when I have this. I'll be happy when I get high marks in my 10th class. Great. I'll be happy when I get a subject of choice. After that, fine. I'll be happy when I get into college and when I have a girlfriend. Superb, splendid. Okay, now what? I'll be happy when I get a nice placement. Okay. Great, oh great. I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when my kid gets admission in a cool school. Splendid. Now what? I'll be happy when my kid gets into a good college. When is it gonna end? Think about what I'm saying right now. Because we end up tying our happiness to circumstances and issues which are at times outside our control. Happiness, my dear friends, is not an aim and never should be. The reason that I say that is that happiness was never an aim. It was never an objective. It was not supposed to be an objective. It is just a state of being. It is a state of emotional experience. We experience happiness. We don't reach happiness. It is not a destination. We don't hold happiness. It is not a tangible thing. You can choose to feel happy. Do we sing when we are happy? Of course. We're humming our favorite song and like jumping with joy and making all those rock guitarist air guitar moves in our room. Fine. Flip it over. You sing because you're happy, and you might even get happy because you sing. Researchers in universities have repeatedly shown that even from manic depressives, when they were forced to hold a smile in front of a three-way mirror, they ended up having hormonal levels similar to a person who was genuinely happy. So you can actually sing yourself or smile yourself to happiness. You can stop slouching in that chair. You can pull back your shoulders, take a deep breath, smile, look up, literally look up. And hey, it's a nice, bright, happy day. So coming back to motivation, a lot of us in the businesses that we are in do actually know how to motivate people who work for us or with us. It's a it is a way or toward form of motivation. So there is something which we can use to motivate our team members, our employees. Some of us react very favorably to an incentive when we're told that, hey, like you do this and we'll send you on a all-expense trip paid to the Maldives. Better still, Barcelona. And more often than not, we end up going to this nice, sweet, charming little place called Singapore. or Uzbekistan or what have you, which is nice, which is cool, is superb. And there's another kind of person. Remember carrot and stick? The other kind of person is going to get more motivated by the threat of having a situation of reprimand or benefits taken away. Like, hey man, the company's really laying off a lot of people, so unless you meet these targets. Yes, so well, continuing where I was, where we were, that we understand that we do have these pushes and these pulls which compel us or propel us towards or away from things. I'll give you another example. Suppose you have like 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh bucks, which is $1 million in India or anywhere in the world that you made. Okay? And you would probably want to hang on to them and save them after a few goodies and being kind to yourself and, you know, bought that new smartphone or whatever, or like a little thingy for your wife. Now, after that, whatever's left, close to 10 lakh, would you want to make some more money? Of course you would. Would you want to make another $1 million? Of course you would. Now let's understand where I am headed. Ask yourself the question right now, would you be more interested in making another million, or would you be far more motivated to hang on to that 10 lakh bucks and make sure nothing happened to it, you know? That is the difference between towards and away from. That also exposes to us the inherent risk-taking qualities that a small minority of us possess. The rest of us, we must, and I say must, not should, we must understand that yes, we need to protect what we have, but we also need to become a little bullish on our own self, our careers, our lives. Great. Now, what is the difference between motivation and inspiration? Now we're talking. Hi, my name is Vikram Sharma and I'm here to inspire you. Brilliant. Take a deep breath, relax. How many people in this August gathering are public speakers? Alright, please raise your hand. Yeah, don't feel shy. Great. Great. How many of you speak only in private? We are all public speakers, alright? I mean, unless all we do is talk to ourselves. Any one of us who talks to another living being, soul, human, feline, canine, bovine, lupine, anything, is a public speaker. Yet we freeze. We get tied up, caught up. We start shivering, our knees start knocking, and we sort of like, you know, we lose opportunities where we could have shot up a hand and answered something we already know. It happened to you when you were in 5th grade. It happened to you when, like, in a group discussion, someone said, okay, who's got any inputs on this? Who'd like to say something? And well, you know, but you're afraid of, what's, like, what if my voice fails me? What if I say something and someone says, yeah, we know that, but that doesn't really have any relevance in today's economy, or whatever. You know, this is the issue. A lot of people tell you about confidence. That confidence is the single most important thing that you need to get ahead in life. Well, I will not disagree with that. Because I'm going a little deeper here. I am not only concerned with your confidence. Confidence is a symptom. I'm looking at the root cause. The root cause of the confidence that I have observed in winners, successful people, athletes, entrepreneurs, politicians from the world over. 2 great speakers from the field of religion. The single most important thing which they all share, even before they had the confidence, even before they had the conviction to speak, is self-respect. self-esteem is the key to confidence. Now that rings a lot of bells, doesn't it? Why don't we speak in public at times? Because we do not want our pride, our self-esteem to get hurt. We're afraid of rejection. We're afraid of being taken lightly. We don't want to look awkward in front of people. We don't want to look awkward in front of ourselves. That's why we quietly listen when we could have confidently said what we wanted, and maybe, believe it or not, got a pat on your back for it. But you choose at times to swallow your tongue and when someone else says it, whether it's a school's classroom or a corporate meeting, you might tell your benchmate or your team member later on, hey, even I knew that, but like, don't say it. In fact, a lot of good it did to you, did it? Stop getting passed over. Be a trailblazer, alright? Take charge. Charge ahead, full steam ahead. Now, when we talk about motivation and inspiration, the reasons that you feel confident are because of thinking thoughts which make you confident. It's about focusing on the carrot rather than the stick. Let me be very frank. It's about focusing on where you want to be instead of where you are. It's about designing your future. Your future not just in 5 years, not just in 10 years, not just your retirement plan. Your future in the next 1 hour. Where do you see yourself at the end of the week? How do you want this meeting to come out? What would it be? Don't tell me about it, but think for yourself. If you want, you can write it down in those pads. If there was one thing which would make this session of ours the most important thing for you in your life, if there was one thing which could happen as a result of this, as a result of unlocking those doors which are impediments to your wonderful, brilliant, yes, your golden future ahead. And the future starts now. The future is already here. If there was one goal that you could define to yourself, keep it to yourself. Maybe we can talk about it later over coffee after this. When we take questions, yeah. So, if there was one thing, what would it be? Think of that. And think of that as something which is right across the table. If you were to just get up, sit up, and stretch a little, it is within your grasp. You can hold it, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can taste it. Okay? But you have to answer that phone. You have to unlock that door. You have to reach out and take it. It's yours. You have to see yourself crossing the finish line. Not stumbling in the dark. In an empty room, throwing darts at a dartboard which may or may not be where you think it is. You have to turn on the lights. You have to take calculated risks. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to define your objectives. Now, when I say that, I mean define them, think on paper. Alright? You want to get on top of your game right now? So to get on top, you have to think on paper. Magic happens when you write down your aims and your objectives on paper. You heard about the universe conspiring to help you achieve your dreams, goals, aims? It actually happens, but it doesn't happen unless you think on paper. It has been researched enough times. In MIT, in the 50s, I believe in the early 50s, they took a class which was passing out at that time, and they asked everyone, where do you see yourself? Say 10 years from now, where do you see yourself? Do you have any aims, dreams, objectives, desires, and 97% of people were just going with the flow. Hey man, they're in MIT, they're gonna get a nice career anyways. But they did not have any well-defined, clear objective. Clarity is power. So what happened? Well, the analytical bent of mind that these researchers had, they tracked down these people. And guess what? The 3% of people who had clearly stated goals and objectives when they were in college, 10 years later, were all billionaires or millionaires, and they were not just dollar wealthy. They had wonderful relationships, their lives were enriched, they were respected in society, they were philanthropists. They were living their dream. Why? Because they had it. If you don't have a dream, how on earth is it going to come true? So, starting from today or tomorrow, think it over and make a notebook, make a diary, make a journal in which you write down what is your objective for this particular year, the current year. Alright? Where do you see yourself 3 years from now? And let's get closer, maybe not a week, but maybe a month. What are the 3 things that you would like to have happen in your life? Or even if you look at material possessions, fine, I'm alright with that. If a Swiss watch or a German car makes you smile, so be it. Go ahead, enjoy your wealth, enjoy your relationships. If it's a vacation, even better, because vacation is an experiential gain. It gives you what the BMW or the Porsche, which is after 3-4 days, it will not amuse you as much to look at it. It's just a car, it's just a means of locomotion going from point A to point B. Why does anyone buy a Mercedes? They don't buy it because it's a great piece of German engineering. It's not why they buy it. They buy it because it's a Mercedes-Benz. That's why they buy it. And after buying, after a point of time, that charm wears off. The romance goes out of marriage, just like that. So when you make these goals, when you make this wish list, make sure that you also, in some of the aspects, take inputs from your wife, sweetheart, relevant other. And these are very flexible. You can prioritize them, reprioritize, rearrange them, delete them, append the list as time passes. Because in this dynamic environment of life, we are growing, we are changing, so are our goals, so are our beliefs, and well, at times our values change because what we value changes. During college, there was a time where you valued this look from this particular member of the opposite gender. That was like a high value thing for you at that time. Just to be seen or just to make eye contact with someone, so that's what values are. Value is simply what is important to you. There's another point of time where it was just a certain amount of zeros, certain figure salary which was important to you. But hey man, after a time, after you got like these tests showing that you have high cholesterol, your priorities changed and you started like going to the gym. Why? Because what you valued changed. You valued your health a little more. After you lost one of your parents, sad thing, for some of us it has happened and it's a part of life, that's when you realize that you value your parent more than your bank balance, more than your own health. So values are also flexible. We talk about Indian values, we talk about a value system very liberally without understanding what the word value means. These words like beliefs and values are so loosely used that we don't even stop to think, what are we saying, when are we saying? Value is, frankly, my friends, something which is very important to you. Belief is something which you assume to be true. Alright? It's like, do you believe in God? Do you believe in your parents? No, you know they're your parents. There's nothing to believe in it. That's the difference between a belief and a value. More of that later. Great, I think, yes, this is looking good. I see a lot of people nodding over there, which is great for me. And, we're like 19 minutes into this. And keeping in mind your attention spans are going to start wavering in another 3 minutes. Hey man, I don't want to push my luck. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a nice coffee break, and some of you can, if you feel there are any questions, I'm open to any kind of conversation, so fantastic. Yeah, sure, please. Yes, what can I do for you?